That another 60,000 people filed for unemployment insurance just this last week. And while the state works now to keep up with claims, there was a hearing today on the health of the trust fund that's paying the jobless workers and when it's expected to run dry. As Maryland kind of looks to rebound, WMAR 2 News' Mallory Safasta explains what's being done to keep the money flowing.
The state will need to replenish the fund by next week or the end of August. The plan is to borrow money from the federal government, but they're still working out how to pay it back without hurting employers. More than 500,000 people on unemployment and only $615 million left in the bank. After crunching the numbers, the Maryland Department of Labor came up with 7 different scenarios to continue paying out benefits. Best case would be a $1.2 billion loan from the U.S. Department of Labor in the 4th week of August. Worst case would be $1.8 billion in the 3rd week of July. The loan would be interest-free, but only through the end of the year.
Interest will begin to accrue. So we will be looking to shift already limited resources to repay not only the loan principal, but the interest on the loan going forward.
In June, Secretary of Labor Tiffany Robinson sent a letter to the U.S. Department of Labor asking for an extension on the interest-free loan through next September, or better yet, issue grants to replenish the fund.
Which would be the biggest bonus for the state of Maryland at this point in terms of our federal tax rate.
She hasn't yet heard back.
I feel like the state's in a good place to pay people, but it's going to rack up this massive debt. And that debt will then be passed along to the businesses.
State Senator Katie Fry-Hester is pushing an alternative approach, encouraging employers to participate in the work share program.
If you were a 10-person business and had to reduce your hours by 50%, you could either lay off half of your employees completely and they'd just be gone and you lose that future talent and it might be hard to bring them back. Or you could work share all 10 of them and they all work 50% of the time.
The employer pays half their salaries, the state provides a portion through unemployment insurance, and the worker would also get $600 a week as long as it's still around. Only around 272 employers, or roughly 5,600 employees, are currently on the decades-old program. Hester estimates if those numbers grow to 100,000 claims, the state could potentially see savings of $225 to $600 million. She calls it a win-win for every party involved. It just needs a boost to make a resurgence.
It's a really great partnership with very few downsides, and it needs to be marketed much more aggressively across the state.
Employers would still have to pay benefits, but that could change if employees move part-time. Also, claimants shouldn't worry about the state running out of money. Hester said as long as the government's still printing money, claimants should get paid. However, getting a phone call from the Department of Labor to receive your benefits, that continues to be an issue.